Well, over in China, extreme weather and a slowing economy have highlighted challenges in the country's ambitious plan to use more renewable energy by 2025. This greener push has been personally linked to President Xi Jinping.
He is looking to secure an unprecedented third term in power at the upcoming Communist Party Congress. Olivia Xiong tells us whether the plan is still on track in the first of our three-part series on President Xi's ambitions.
You may not realize it from its exterior, but this mixed-use development located in Guangzhou's busy city center runs fully on renewable electricity. The property made the switch in July last year and claims to be one of the first developers in Guangdong province to be net zero carbon.
其实地质能源说了很多年，我觉得是没有一个土壤吧。那么去年来看，我们这个土壤就开始培育成熟了，相关的政策就出来了。
The company said it moved quickly when the Guangdong provincial government announced it would allow enterprises to buy renewable electricity from a registered energy provider in June last year.
那么它发出来就这么多，而要的企业可能会有很多。那么比如说工业那个制造业，那我们现在商业又想用，凡是我们要去跟他们谈，我们需要这么多的配额，你们能不能给到我？这个是很重要的。
The higher cost of renewables is another concern, although there are hopes this can change. China plans to double its wind and solar capacity by 2025, with renewables expected to make up about a third of the power supply to the national grid in the same year. This big push comes as President Xi Jinping made a surprise announcement at the UN General Assembly in 2020 that China aims to peak carbon emissions before 2030 and be carbon neutral by 2060. But with the country now facing both global and domestic headwinds, achieving these targets could be more difficult.
Guangdong province here in the southern part of China is known for being a manufacturing and export powerhouse, and it has been among several provinces called on by Chinese Premier Li Keqiang to take the lead in bolstering China's slowing economy. All this as it also tries to balance its environmental goals as well.
The challenge of the renewable energy transition is reflected in a recent report by Greenpeace. The environment NGO found while there's been an overall dip in coal investment in Guangdong province, there's also been a 20% increase in investment in fossil fuel projects. This trend likewise seen in Zhejiang province and Shanghai. All this as China seeks to ensure its energy security while making the transition to renewable energy.
These places are the first people to look to because as economically developed regions, they should have more resources for innovations and experimentations with transitioning faster to a cleaner energy system. You will be in a vicious cycle if you're just going to put on more fossil fuels, exacerbating climate change.
This year, China has been hit by extreme weather, with a historic drought and heat wave in southwestern China drying up rivers and affecting hydropower output. Many cities were forced to impose rolling blackouts while falling back on China's energy mainstay, coal.
The droughts have raised awareness of whether we have multiple different sources of renewables. For example, some hydropower companies or even companies who weren't in the renewable sectors have started to see solar panels as a good option, which they could put in force to solve maybe some emergency issues. And also maybe that could be a good signal also for other province people to see they could really be influenced by climate change.
Still, analysts expect China to stay the course to reach its carbon emissions goals. After all, it's been personally tied to its top leader, President Xi, and it's expected to have economic benefits as China positions itself as a global leader in renewable energy. Olivia Xiong, CNA, Guangzhou.